Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and boy, we got a spicy one today. So this is hot off the presses. And what was the press? It was character sheet on comicbook.com. So let me get right to what we're talking about today. The Red Box Warrior. So the Red Box came out in 1982, and it was the iconic Red Box, which was the basic rules presented in the red box. And the red box is iconic for many reasons. Many people really love, I think the red box more than anything else really defined the Dungeons and Dragons box set. And it was, and then we got Beck Me, which was, what was Beck Me? It was basic, expert, champion, and more. Was it champion? And then it was not, I don't remember what the M was, and then I was immortal, right? So like these scaled up versions of Dungeons and Dragons material. So the warrior, the red box warrior, the warrior that is lunging forward with a glowing magical sword at a classic red iconic dragon in a dungeon with a dragon horde is female. We know that now, right? And that's the reveal. The Red Box Warrior is a woman. The Red Box Warrior is a woman. The Red Box Warrior is a woman. That's the new news. And the people who revealed this were the character sheet on comicbook.com. I want to give credit where credit's due. They had a reveal. They were given a reveal they were given a reveal specifically by the Dungeons and Dragons team by Hasbro, and it was really fascinating what they did with that reveal, right? And I thought this was really very, very interesting. But let's talk about this. What does this mean? So the character sheet of comicbook.com, they were proud of this. The character sheet on comicbook.com is a very important news source for Dungeons and Dragons. I'm fascinated by them, and I talk about them a lot, because I really think they're the problem we need to solve. They despise Dungeons and Dragons. They absolutely hate Dungeons and Dragons. But they constantly have, really big reveals. In my humble opinion, they despise Dungeons and Dragons. They hate every time Dungeons and Dragons gets a win. And you could see it really sharply on their channel because, they're constantly reporting on Dungeons and Dragons wins. Like a good example of this is like the 20-sided tavern, right? It was like this jank, like generic off-Broadway thing, and now it's real. Like it's a real Dungeons and Dragons experience, right? And they were presenting, they were like building a Dungeons and Dragons experience without the rights to do it, which is fine as long as you Orville it, but who wants to watch Orville over Star Trek? We already know the answer to that. About nobody, right? And I liked Orville. Orville was really fascinating, but you could just hear the character sheet on Comic.com. They grind their teeth when D&D gets a win, and you could hear it. You can hear it in every story. They just despise Dungeons and Dragons, but they want to cover tabletop role playing games. And what they realized is that tabletop role playing games is nothing but Dungeons and Dragons now, right? You could take all the news for all the other tabletop role playing games that exist, roll it up, and do a show on it, and it wouldn't even get half the views of if you covered a minor D&D errata story, right? And they're like, you could see the pain on their faces as they deal with this reality. This is where they're at. They've arrived at this reality, right? It's really, really fascinating. But they brought this story forward, and we now know that the warrior for the Red Box Warrior is a woman. This is fascinating, okay? So first of all, that means, right, 1982 came out in 74. That means there has been a secret on the Red Box cover for 42 years that no one got right. Absolutely no one said that's a lady, right? Like nobody, right? Because this woman is jacked, right? Yeah. Then that's another part of the discussion, right? Like I'll leave that to other channels, but she is like majorly jacked, right? Actually, everybody looked at the back of this person, goes, that's a dude about to chop up a dragon, right? Like, like it really, and they didn't say it, it was assumed, right? And so I think, and so one, thank you guys for, giving me time on this. The entire point of this video is that the canon, the Dungeons and Dragons canon we enjoy every day, the Dungeons and Dragons canon that we deal with every day, a secret can exist for 42 years, right? And I'm extremely excited about that because I'm telling you that there's been a secret for 50 years, and that secret is D&D is not a game. In my humble opinion. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. What's important is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.